Do you dream of writing a novel? When you feel the urgency to write a novel, you aren't making it up. When that urgency won't let go, there's a reason. Turn your readers into raving fans. Reveal the power of your voice and your story. Writing is an act of courage, and you have what it takes. How to Write a Novel That Sells by Lana McAra will take you across the finish line. Visit howtowriteanovelthatsells.net and take that powerful next step now.
Welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where you will discover tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Here you'll find new energy, new perspectives, new resources, and new ideas that will spark your creativity into a blaze of brilliance. It's easier than you think. Be sure you visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now, get out your notebook, tune in, and let's get started.
Writing's hard work, isn't it? Have you ever thought that you might be working too hard? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast, tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. We're talking about mistakes in the last few episodes, and today we're on the next mistake, which is trying too hard. Now, what do I mean by that? Trying too hard. I had someone mention to me recently that they feel like they're just not eloquent enough. They love novels that go on, with this flowery descriptions and all these turns of phrases and everything. And they just try to do it and they have a hard time with that. They just don't roll those things out easily. And I'm not saying that flowery language is, anything less. But think about the fact of who are you trying to impress? Are you trying to impress people with your vocabulary and your poetic, skills? Or are you trying to tell a story? And for those of us who are full-time career novelists, that's our thing. It's telling a story, right? So don't make the mistake of trying too hard. Too many metaphors, too many oblique references, too much wordiness and awkward phrasing because you're trying to do something cutesy with a description. Just throw all that out and realize this one major truth that will transform your writing career. And I just want to add this little bit of aside here. New writers, new people doing any skill, they oftentimes overlook the simple principles that will make them great. If you are a glass blower, there are certain principles of glass blowing, some basics, and those have to be correct in order for you to have a stellar product. The same thing with welding or anything like that, that you need a skill. And the master says, you need to do these simple things. And the newbie person just goes, oh, that's easy. When actually it's the crux of the whole thing. Wax on, wax off, right? And so this is one point that I would love to just drill down into all my students and have them really get this. And that is simple writing is the best kind of writing, where you are communicating in such a seamless way that the reader is just absorbing the information. They're floating through the story. They're riding on the wave of the simplicity of your images, the simplicity of your sentences, subject, verb, object, not too many complex sentences with joined by and all of those things that we learned in English class. Those simple things. And if you didn't do well in English, well, go back and look at that a little bit. The subject first, then the verb. He ran. And that is as simple as it gets. And that's what I'm talking about. So you want your sentence structure to be that simple kind of sentence structure. And when we get going, I don't recommend editing in the first draft at all. Just fly through the first draft as fast as you can, get it all down, get it all out. And then on the second draft, you come back and you do this. You look at those long sentences, 3-4 lines long, and you break them up into separate sentences. So they're all simple, basic sentences, but they flow together. They flow together. Now, not all sentences in a book are simple and small, but there needs to be a majority of your sentences that are simple, direct, and just lay it all out there. I heard someone say one time about speaking that you need to put the cookies on the lowest shelf so everybody in the room can get one. And that's the way it is, so that the reader that excels in their vocabulary and, their English understanding of English can understand it, but also the person who maybe has English as a second language, or maybe they struggle, but they still like your stories because they're easy to understand. And that is what I'm getting at. You want the story to just absorb into the person because the writing style is simple. So don't work too hard. Don't sit and sweat bullets over some cutesy turn of phrase, trying to get it just right, when actually going with a simple route is much more powerful and more effective. I hope that helped you today. My name is Lana McAra. See you next time.
Thank you for tuning into the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where we share tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Remember to visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Fiction Writers Podcast.